All right, so now we get to doing scatter plots. And I kind of really like scatter plots, although they take quite a bit of work. So scatter plots and trend lines, we have quite a bit of vocabulary here. I don't know if it's printed on yours or if it's not, because I totally thought pictures were printed on your notes to find out that they weren't. Epic fail on Cartwright's part. Okay, so if these aren't on your, excuse me, if these are not on your notes, pause, write them. If they are, then we're going to move along to correlation. So there are three types of correlation. Correlation being basically, if I were to draw a line, what direction would it be going? So in this first one, our dots, as X increases, our Y is increasing. And so that's a positive correlation. And so again, that was as X increased, Y increased. All right, now if we notice this one, as my X value increases, my Y value decreases. And so that is a negative correlation. If I were to draw a line in either of these, this first one would have a positive slope and the second one would have a negative slope. Now, this third one, as X increases, Y is all over the place. So this is what we call no correlation. And so that's the basics about correlation. All right, so making a scatter plot and describing its correlation. The table shows the altitude of an airplane and the temperature outside of the plane. So we're going to make a scatter plot of the data. We're going to take our first quadrant here. Okay, and we are going to label it. So every 2 is going to be 1,000. I think, yep, let me double check. Yep, which means that every box for my X values represents 500. 5,000 here at the end. Okay, so I've got 0, and then every other box is 1,000. And then going up, we're going to count by tens, but I'm just going to put every other. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Now, our X value is going to be the altitude. I don't have much space to write it. Altitude. And our Y value is going to be the temperature. All right. From here, we graph. And I'm going to do some magic, and they're all going to appear. All right. So there's our points. I graphed them. Remember, this is our x-axis, that's our y-axis, and I did some estimating. Now, let's talk about correlation. And I didn't type this out. We are going to talk about what type of relationship does the scatter plot show. And so as our plane got higher, the temperature got lower. And so this would be a negative, maybe if it would write, correlation, or a negative relationship between our X and Y. All right, so scatter plot. We're just graphing points on a coordinate grid, and we don't draw lines between them. That would make it a line graph. Right now, we're just graphing data points that are not necessarily connected to each other. All right, writing the equation of a trend line. We're going to do this one on the next video. See you there.